Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Today's video is a little bit different from my usual. At least the beginning of it is anyway. I decided to do something that I've been wanting to do for a while, at least since I started my YouTube channel, and that is to compare PeelBase. PeelBase. What is PeelBase? Well, it is a base coat that you can put on your nails under your dip powder or your gel polish that will allow you to pop off your manicure without having to soak in acetone. I have 5 different peel bases here that I want to try out for all of you. I'm going to test them on my own nails, 1 on each finger, and then I'm going to do a 1 color manicure with 1 dip powder to make it a fair comparison. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I am currently using PeelBase with all my manis right now. It's actually what I have on my right hand because I just wanted to make sure that I could easily pop off my right hand. I'm not sure about the left, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, this is the color I decided to go with. It is a deep purple called Arabian Nights from iGel Beauty. It's a gorgeous color. You can actually see it on my right hand. But, you know, if I'm going to do an all 1 color mani, it's got to be purple, ladies. You know me. Moving on. I'm going to use my Virgo Gem. I'm going to use all the same brand liquids because I want it to be as fair a test as possible. I'm sticking with my Skyline Soapworks clear to encapsulate when I'm all finished. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna get into this right now. Yeah, so I'm going to designate each finger with a peel base. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna write down the finger and what peel base I'm going to put on that finger. And then I am going to start my application. So I'm going to let you watch that and I'll be back in a minute. So we're going to get into this, and I'm going to start off applying the Holo Taco to my thumb. When I do my peel base and I use the UNT or the UNT, I do 2 full layers. I do full coverage, 2 layers, let them completely dry in between, and I'm going to do the same thing for all 5. So 2 layers, full coverage, completely dry in between. Exactly like I would with just the UNT. Now I have tried several different methods of applying peel base. I have tried 1 layer, I have tried strip down the middle, I've tried the T where you do a strip up the middle and then you cover the free edge tip. And when I did that, the single layer and just the strip or the T, I couldn't pop off my nails. I couldn't pop them off. They would not. I had to soak off. Because I have extremely dry nail beds. They are not oily at all, and if I dehydrate, they are very dry. So a lot of the time I don't really have to worry too much about getting too many pop-offs, and my peel base mani usually lasts pretty well, about 7 to 10 days, with the occasional random pop-off. And in that situation, I reapply the peel base and a layer of my base coat, and I reapply the pop-off like a press-on nail, and then it lasts even longer. So and honestly, the majority, like, I usually only get 1, maybe 2 pop-offs before I'm ready to change my mani. If I get 2 or more, then I know it's time to change. It's time to be done and move on to the next mani. Now what I'm showing you is the consistency of each peel base. The first 3, Holo Taco, PeelEze, and 𝕬𝕟21 are all extremely similar in their consistency. They're all very clear, fairly thin, not too goopy or thick. They have nice brushes, although I really do like the PeelEze brush the best. VIVIDips is a very different consistency in that it's a different color, but it's also a thinner consistency, if that makes sense. And then 𝕬𝕟, which is just a bit thicker, kind of a light milky color in comparison to the first 3, but a similar consistency, but a little thicker. Anyway, so I'll be back, and here I am. That was quick. I figured you didn't want to sit there for 10 minutes watching my peel base dry. So now I'm going to apply the second layer, and I'm going to sit back and take a break while you watch me do that. And I'll be back in a few minutes. Well, now that my peel base is pretty much dry, just double checking it here, we're going to get into our dip application. Interestingly, the VIVIDips, which is on my ring finger, shines when it's dry, where the other ones are more matte. Here I wrote down the order in which they dried, so which one dried faster versus the slowest. PeelEze took the longest to dry, but VIVIDips was the first to dry. Holo Taco was a close second, then 𝕬𝕟21, and so on. I just thought you'd like to know how fast each peel base dries. And now we're going to get into a basic dip application. I wanted to use one single color in a solid matte, not sparkle, not shimmer, just a plain solid color, because I thought that would make it a more fair test of what each peel base will do. So I'm gonna let you sit back and watch. I actually do 3 full dips of this powder because it's very let's say fine, I guess is the word, and I just wanted it to be truly opaque, so I did 3 full dips, but I only show you 2. because I figured after the second, the third would be redundant, and I don't want to keep you guys here and bored. I just want you to get the gist of what a basic dip application is. So I'm going to sit back, I'm going to let you watch me dip, and I will be back if I have anything more to say. So I'm going to sneak back in here real quick for a second, and I'm going to point out that this is my ring finger that has VIVIDips Peel Base on it, the one that I was just showing you. For some reason, I don't know if it made the base coat dry faster, or if I just missed those spots, or if the base coat wouldn't stick, but there was definitely some bald spots. So I had to make sure that I went back and completely covered those spots so that I could re-dip them and get better coverage. So I don't know if that was to do with the peel base itself or if it was more about my application. But yeah, that's what I was kind of looking at when you saw me turning my finger like that. And I just wanted to mention it. Okay, I'll be back. And now that all 3 layers of this beautiful purple have been applied, I am going to cap in clear to protect the color from when I'm filing and buffing. I cap everything in clear. I always do, because I can be a little aggressive with the file sometimes. But right now, I'm going to finish up capping in clear. I'm going to activate, and then I'll be back. going to activate here in a minute, but I just wanted to stop in for a quick sec and say, brushing off the excess powder is important. I know that the popular tool to use is a makeup brush, but I'm going to suggest to everyone that you get a really good stiff bristled brush, whether it's a toothbrush, a nail brush. What I'm using in this video is, oddly enough, it's a face brush that you use for like facials. I got it at the Dollar Tree for $1, but it works really, really well. But it really makes a difference in how thick your dip powder is when you're done applying. I just don't think that a makeup brush removes enough of the powder, the extra powder. It's just a personal preference, but I really do think that it makes a huge difference. So I just wanted to mention that as well. I'm going to finish up activating, and then I am in fact going to do a little bit of filing on camera. I only show you a little bit, like the first couple of fingers, because as I've said once, and I'll say it again and again and again, I am blind. I don't have very good eyesight. I wear glasses and I file up in my face. It's not pretty, and it gets really close to the camera, and I'm out of frame a little bit, and it's just easier to show you some of it and then skip the rest. I will, in fact, also show you a little bit of my e-filing routine. Again, not all of it, because this video is quite long enough, but I'm going to get into that. I'm going to let you watch, and I will see you in a minute. All right, I'm back for a second to let you know something that I forgot to mention earlier. This is part 1 of the peel base test and comparison. In this vid, I wanted to basically show you the application, the process that I go through. I wanted to show you the consistency of each peel base, and then also do a basic dip application using one color over the peel base. And my part 2, which I will be uploading in hopefully about a week's time, I will come back and we will do the removal process. And we shall see what the results are. I'm actually really excited to share that information with all of you because I'm curious myself. As much as I love UNT or UNT, there's always some confusion about UNT, UNT, I don't know. I call it UNT. So I'm just going to say UNT from now on. I love my UNT peel base. It works really well for me. But that being said, I am always in the market for something that works better, costs me a little less money, You know, so I like doing this kind of research. And maybe, just maybe, my little research project will help you decide what peel base might work best for you. Now, I don't always do this, but because this is a solid color, it's not shimmer, it has no glitter in it, and it is a dark color, I am buffing all of my nails because I don't want there to be any scuff or scratch marks visible under my top coat. So I'm going to do a quick buffing and I'll be right back. Well, okay, so that wasn't such a quick little buff. Took a little bit of time, but I'm back and we're gonna do our second activation and apply our top coat. Now, I know I haven't gone over any detailed instructions on applying dip. I think just by watching you can kind of gather what the steps are. But I think top coat is the most complicated of the entire dip process. I mean, yeah, you've got to worry about your cuticle lines and cleaning them up, and I demonstrated that a little bit, but top coat is finicky. And I will say that the best thing that you can do is to make sure that you let your activator dry for a full 2 minutes, that there is no wet activator on your nail. And then I would even go as far as to wipe your nails with a napkin or a lint-free wipe or whatever it is that you have on hand, to just ensure that the activator is not going to contaminate your brush. And then make sure that you do 2 to 3 quick strokes for your first top coat. Try not to let your brush stay on the nail, float on top of the nail as much as you possibly can when you're doing your first coat of top coat. I still, to this day, especially with certain kinds of top coat, contaminate my brush. I've done it in some of these videos that I've done. Nobody, I guess, well, I don't want to say nobody's perfect, but because that's obvious. But I mean, even people who've been doing their dip for a while, I've been doing my own dip for about a year. I still contaminate my brush sometimes, but the best way to avoid that is to take these precautions that I've mentioned. Once you've done the first top coat layer, you can take a little bit more time, be a little bit more detailed, and not worry as much about your brush getting contaminated. But I still wipe my brush off between every nail, and I don't put my brush back into that bottle unless I've wiped it off. It's just the best practice. So yeah, that's it. I'm all done with my top coat. Struggling with this bottle, getting this bottle closed. But yeah, that's it. It's done. Oh my gosh. You guys know that I am a purple fan. This purple, it's like this deep, it's not even a plum. It's like, I don't know, not an eggplant. Well, maybe almost an eggplant. It's almost black. It's such a deep purple that it's almost black. All right, so as I said before, on my right hand, all 5 fingers have unpeeled base. My pinky has unpeeled base. I'm going to review for you. VIVIDips is on my ring finger. PeelEze is on my middle finger. 𝕎𝕝𝕟𝕟𝕟𝕟𝕟 is on my index finger. And Holo Taco is on my thumb. So, have any of you used any of these peel bases before? Have you had any experiences with any of them? None of them? All of them? Comment down below. Let me know what your experiences have been. If you've used any of them, which ones have you liked the best? Are there any that I don't know about that maybe you'd like me to try? I don't know if there are. I mean, there are probably tons of them out there. These are just the 5 that I found. I stuck with water-based peel bases because I've tried the latex or glue-based, and they just did not work for me. So now that I have finished applying my cuticle oil to replenish the moisture that was lost during the dip powder application process, I am going to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you have gotten some good information out of it, and that you'll join me in the next one for the results. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.